Hello, everybody. Good noon. I'm very honored to having been invited to this Congress to give an impression on the activities going on in Austria, a small landlocked country next to Switzerland, where everything is pretty much under control. Who has the remote? Swiss are always stealing from us, huh? So, this is what I mean, everything is under control. You see this sign of the dog every 5 meters in Vienna and even in the countryside. It means you are fined with 36 euros if you leave the excrements of your dog on the ground. So that's what I understand with anti-wilderness. But there is a different side, thanks God. It started in Prague at the Wilderness Conference in the year 2009, when ideas came up to preserve the last remaining little wilderness spots in Europe, across Europe, as a natural heritage. And some initiatives and projects were presented there. So first thing I did when I came home was to implement the wilderness aspect in our national park strategy. Strategy. We have 6 national parks in Austria, and so we had the implementation there, as you can read. The goal is to adapt some areas within the core zone of our national parks as wilderness zones, and we were successful doing that already in one park, which is represented during this conference too at the Global Forum, the National Park Kalkalpen. And we are having negotiations with another park in the Hohe Tauern. This is the nightmare of our foresters. It's a bug called bark beetle, Ips typographus. This bug bugs us. It destroys areas of spruce forests, and these bugs also fly to our neighbors, to forest owners, who are not amused, but according to the wilderness idea, we have to live with this beetle. And so what we did was we set up a paper, a position paper of bark beetle management. We had talks with all stakeholders for 2 years, and we agreed on an agreement, and this is very unique in Europe. You can find it on our homepage if you are interested. A very unique thing. The Austrian federal forests are also doing a lot in respect to wilderness initiatives, mostly in cooperation with the WWF, and they did a real big study on that theme, also interviewing citizens, trying to find out what the position of people is towards the wilderness idea, because it's not always seen so positive. People, start looking at you in a certain way, if you know what I mean. What we do have in Austria is a small area of 400 hectares primary forest. And it is primary forest, virgin forest dating back to the last ice age. But how could it remain up till now? This was mainly because some monasteries had disputes on this area and conflicts, and so it remained relatively untouched. And in the late 19th century, the last owner, Mr. Rothschild, an aristocrat, he suddenly realized the value of this area, and he stopped everybody going in there, and so it remained as a last rest of a real jungle. You can't move in there, you hardly can walk in there. And so we established or designed it as a wilderness area according to IUCN Category 1. And the last thing I want to mention here is our public relation work we do under the umbrella organization Nationalparks Austria. We had a wilderness conference last year in December, Call of the Wild, Ruf der Wildnis. We had a special magazine on that topic, and at last we've got a brand new video. It was released 2 weeks ago, and due to lack of time here, I will not be able to show it to you. It's 3.5 minutes, and it will be shown in this congress, in the event Wild Shorts, where they have short films shown. But it's on YouTube, and you can also find it on our website of Nationalparks Austria.at. Thanks for your attention.